Welcome to our digital connectivity video on PROFINET and Profibus. These are two of the most widely used networks that are available in the market today. To demonstrate these, we've set up a working system with quite a number of different products and different types of products all put onto the PROFINET network. So we're starting with a Siemens S7 PLC, and we've got a touch screen and also a managed switch. From there, we're setting up a redundant ring that goes around each of the devices that are installed here on the green cable. This redundant ring has the ability to accept a cable break and yet pick up immediately. I can demonstrate the operation of this by literally breaking the cable. Now you'll see that we get an alarm immediately that I've broken that cable, but it does come good immediately and says I'm back up and running. So in other words, it could have been a forklift has driven through a cable and broken it, and it tells you that there's a problem, but you know that you can go and fix it. And once it's repaired, of course, the ring is reformed and the system comes back to working again. So there are a number of ways that we can take Ethernet to the field, and there's three ways that you really have to consider are the main ways. One is having devices that connect directly to Ethernet. And as an example here, we've got the likes of modulating control valve down here connected directly to the PROFINET. We've got a mass flow meter connected directly to the PROFINET, and we've got our Bürkert multi-cell connected directly to PROFINET, which may be taking in things like pH, conductivity, turbidity, etc. The second way is to use distributed I/O blocks. And to show you an example of that, we've got our integration here with the Siemens ET200 SP, where we've got inputs, outputs, and valves all connected on a single node, and also the ET200 SP HA, which is the high availability version of that system, where we also have inputs, outputs, and valves all connected into an I/O cluster. The third way, of course, is when we connect via a gateway to a sub-network, and this sub-network could be the Bürkert EDIP network, it could be IO-Link, or it could be ASSI. In this instance, we're showcasing that by connecting to the Bürkert ME43 and then breaking into the EDIP network, where we're showcasing one of our hygienic flow meters. Now, from that breaking into that sub-network, you could put a cluster of valves, maybe 60 valves if you like, all on one PROFINET node. All of these devices that are connected, of course, are all capable of being part of that MRP or that redundant ring protocol. To give you an example of the connectivity and the things that, that we can do, I can actually do things like monitor the flow on a mass flow meter. So if I click on the screen here, I can see the mass flow meter. We have 0 litres per minute. I open the valve, and you'll see on the display we're now getting up to 50 litres a minute of air passing through that mass flow meter. And I can adjust that down until it goes closed. And the same on a modulating valve. I can connect to this 8693 here, and let's change the set point from 56 to 25%. I hit enter, it changes to 25%, and I get my feedback telling me here it's at 25.2%, so within seconds. So yeah, the connectivity is totally seamless to the Siemens system. One of the nice things about these different networks, in particular these I/O networks that we've integrated directly with Siemens, is the hot swap functionality. We understand in the process market, we don't have systems we can turn off. If you're running a batch fermentation as an example, you can't say, oh, I've had a valve go down, I need to close my fermentation. You can't do that. So in other words, we've got to work out ways we can get back up and running in a fast way. All of the Siemens systems that you know are hot swap functionality. So you can pull out the electronics and on any I/O, whether it be analog, digital, or whatever, and you'll get an alarm, but when you actually replug it back in, it comes good again. Bürkert has also done this with our valve manifolds. So we have an optional device where, undo a couple of screws here, we can also, under full operating pressure, remove a valve, change it for another valve, and replace it back in, and within seconds we can be back up and running under full power and under full air. So it's a good availability to have a hot swap and get up and running in a short period of time. Another feature that we offer is the ability to have a safety valve installed as well. These safety valves mount directly into the network, and when they're not overridden by this extra cable here, they are fully running on the network system. However, we have the ability with a safety relay to override that valve and take control of what's happening in the field. So you may have a dangerous situation from moving machinery, or a valve that shouldn't open or shouldn't close under a certain, because someone's opened a manhole. Therefore, you can override the valve. So in other words, you can have a safety circuit as part of your PROFINET or PROFIBUS circuit. That gives you an overview of most of the products we do on PROFINET. Applications where you would use PROFINET are anywhere where there's a large infrastructure or high level of automation. This could be a pharmaceutical plant where we have direct integration either in field devices or in I/O clusters. It could be in water treatment, desalination, it could be in food and beverage, it could be in any of those applications. It's interesting that in food and beverage and water treatment and even pharmaceutical, around 30% of outputs are actually pneumatic. So this integration of pneumatics directly into the network, whether it be on the valve itself or in clusters, is actually quite valuable in automating those systems. The products that Bürkert has available for PROFINET and PROFIBUS start with valve islands. We have our multi-cell controller. We have flow meters, mass flow controllers. We have modulating control valves and on-off control valves, just to mention just a few. And there you have it, an overview of PROFIBUS and PROFINET capabilities and our integration with Bürkert.